Welcome back to We're Having Fun. Hi, Krista. I'm Mark.
Hi, Mark. I'm Krista.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's been,
It's been a while?
No, it hasn't been a while, but I mean, this is the first time we're meeting and everything.
Yes, yeah. It's always awkward first time, but I think we're gonna do all right. We're clicking. We're just lucky.
Why do we do this all the time?
Because we're having fun.
Guess so.
We're dumb.
Yeah. All right.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about before we actually get into the actual episode. Mm-hmm. I have two things I need to talk about.
Okay, well, first of all, it's spooky season, and I just wanted to say that.
It is. This is our spooky first of however many there are going to be.
5? I don't know how many.
Maybe we'll just continue being spooky after October. Who knows?
Oh, maybe we will. It can be
won't,
spooky
because it'll be Christmas time, and I will not mess around.
Excuse me. We can have a
Scooby?
We could have a spoopy November too, maybe. I don't know. No, it'll...
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, maybe half.
We have a lot. We have like a whole list of possible things to cover for spooky season, which
do.
I mean, there are years to come.
That's true.
Hopefully.
We're optimistic.
So yeah,
there's always next year.
Made a whole long list, or
yep.
I made a whole
You made a long list.
I like Halloween, okay? It's one of my favorite holidays.
A-okay.
And if you want to put a bunch of Christmas movies on the Christmas list, that's
and I
fine.
will. Yes.
I know you like Christmas more than I do, so.
It is true. But that's, that's a high bar, so that would be a high to live up to.
Okay. Yeah. You have stories.
My first thing I need to talk about
or something
is that it's a question I need to talk to you about.
Oh, should I be afraid?
Yes.
It is spooky season.
It is spooky. I did get an email about another season that it is. It is homecoming season for the university. And what would that mean? In my tradition,
no,
it means mums.
I hate it. Okay, no one on this podcast probably who listens to this podcast, nobody on this podcast, no one who listens to this podcast, unless they're from Texas, knows what you're talking about when you say a mum. So you're going to have to explain it.
Mums? I think we've talked about it before.
We have talked about it, but it was on a YouTube video.
Oh, wasn't it?
It was during a Minecraft
Oh my gosh,
thing.
yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, mums. Apparently they're a Texas tradition. I did not know it was just Texas. Oh yeah, I thought maybe it was Southern.
Nope. I have never heard of it until you said a mum, and I was like, the flower?
When we were in school around homecoming, you would get your best girl a mum, and a mum is a huge flower concoction thing. It's like what are those corsages? Yeah. It's like a corsage, just like times a million.
It's a blinged out corsage.
It is, and you pin it to your chest, and then it ruins your posture because it is usually so big that it makes you fall over, or at least in a lot of the crazy pictures. If you're going for homecoming queen, you have a huge one.
Oh, I'm going to tell you what it is. What it is when there's a funeral and someone gets a huge thing of flowers to put on a grave, or this. I forget what it's called. My grandmother worked at a flower shop, but, I forgot everything associated with it. But it's this huge thing with just flowers and rest in peace, but it's not rest in peace. It would be happy homecoming or whatever.
Well,
Go
rest
Hornets.
in peace, other team.
Okay, sure. But it's like that with lots of ribbons and everything. And then you pin
bells,
it to
beads.
Then you pin it to somebody's chest. And then they fall over.
Yes.
Because that's way too much.
They're insane. But I mean, they were the thing. If you had, and the girls would get guys garters, which you would wear on your arm,
which are also huge and gaudy. Gaudy is the correct word for it.
Huge doesn't really apply to the garters. They're subtle. They're not.
They're not subtle. I've seen pictures,
but they have a lot of streamers and whatnot. So I'm just saying, if I got you a mum, would you wear it to work?
No. Don't waste your money. Don't. No, I would not wear it to work because do you know why? Because people would look at me and go,
"You're fired."
Who is this idiot wearing a funeral arrangement on their on their work clothes.
I think they'd be jealous. I think we could spread a new tradition.
No.
To Alabama.
No.
Oh.
No, so. Keep that in Texas. We don't want it here. I'm sorry, Texas.
Don't worry, Texas. I'll get her.
I love you, but no.
We'll see. Maybe I'll get you a baby mom, like, to start, and then it'll just grow each year.
No, I don't want any kind of...
I love it.
I hate them so much. Since the first time you mentioned them, I've been like, oh, why?
They're so expensive. It's crazy how expensive they can get. Like, yeah. That was, if I got girls' mums, they were usually reasonable size for a mom. To where, like, it was fine. And maybe one big flower, some streamers off of it.
See, that's beads. Normal.
Normal's a strong word.
I mean, normal for...
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, they can get ridiculous real fast. There's like teddy bears on them sometimes, and it's so if you don't know what a mom is, please go look it up.
Yeah, look it up and just realize how crazy Texas is.
Yeah.
Because as far as I know, that's the only like region that does this. I
guess.
Because the only time that I have heard about it is from people from Texas talking about it.
Yeah.
And they tell their friends or whatever, and the friends are like, excuse me, what? What are you talking about?
It was a fun tradition, I tell you, or a really, it was fun? Also, it was fun.
Okay.
It was nice to get one. You get one, from your best gal, and, I don't get a mom, but a garter, and it's nice.
You get one, and you never walk the same again because you've broken your back.
Yeah. I don't know. You somehow feel cool with the garter on your arm. All right. So the next thing I had to talk about was an event that occurred to me. It occurred. I was there. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
It's something that happened to you.
Yeah. So, I live in a townhouse, as you know, townhouse style apartment, I guess is what I should say. So I have stairs up. And the other day and this may be removed. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I needed to go up to my upstairs bathroom to get something. I can't remember what. And, use the facilities, right? Okay. So when I get home from work, generally I like to be a comfortable boy.
Yeah.
And usually I'll go to the facilities and just, remove the pants afterwards and just go and lounge around for the day. Mm-hmm. I was upstairs. I used the facilities. I'm like, I don't want to pull up my pants. I have... anyway. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm going to take them off in a second anyway. So I'm like, I think I'm going to shimmy down. But I've got stairs. So I'm like, okay, well, this might be difficult. But still, I would rather do this than pull up my pants. So I start shimmying. It's going well. It's going weird. And I'm like, thank goodness no one can see me. I'm getting close to the bottom. Knock at the door.
Oh, no.
So I'm standing there, pants down to the ground on the stairs, shimmying. And I'm like, do I act like I'm not here? But luckily, it was just the UPS guy.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was my day the other day. So that's the kind of person I am. I value comfort over practicality a lot.
I thought that you were going to say that you walked out of your bathroom and you were shimmering.
I was shimmering.
No. And you were shimmying your pants off and you realized that you don't have curtains on the windows upstairs. And the neighbor across the street, the old lady with the dog, was just like staring at you as you shimmied your pants off.
I mean, at that point, that's on her.
I wouldn't put it past her, honestly.
looking in my window, little peeper. So, yeah, no, just contained in my own stairwell.
At least that's good.
If I had fallen down and had to explain that to like emergency workers about why I had fallen down the stairs, like, well, see, guys, I like to be comfortable.
I was shimmying out of my pants while walking downstairs. And I tripped and gave myself a concussion.
Broke my arm. But it was worth it.
It was worth it just to take those pants off.
Yeah, not to have to put them back on. Save the 5 seconds it takes to put them back on. Do you have anything you'd like to talk about before we get started?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
There's something... All right, so...
Okay. This is serious time.
It's serious time, exactly.
We're having serious time.
We're no longer having fun. We're having serious time because I need to apologize.
Oh, no. Oh,
to
no,
all of
guys.
the Disney fans out there.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Who probably listened to the last episode and... I really let you guys down. I know it. And I'm so sorry. Because when we were talking about the puppies, I said there were 13.
Oh, no.
And there were 15 puppies.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, I got it wrong.
This was very brave of you.
I know. I'm so sorry. I know that I can no longer call myself a Disney fan now because I got that one fact wrong.
Yep. Your Disney pass has been revoked.
I knew it was going to happen one day. I just didn't expect it.
Over puppies.
Because of the puppies.
To be fair, I kind of led you down that path to 13.
Well, I was like, I know it's somewhere around that area.
Like 13? Was there now?
And the funny thing is, like, as I was about to go to sleep, like, the next night, or no, that night, because we recorded on Sunday and you were editing and everything. And I was like about to go to bed and like I popped up and I was like, 15 puppies. And I was like, I'm an idiot. I can't believe I got that wrong.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm sorry guys.
Thank you.
Sometimes I say the wrong thing.
Yeah. I know it hurt a lot of us. And we appreciate you coming forward with that. It's a big step.
I'll try my best to get the facts straight next time.
Good. That's all we ask. So we are committed to the facts here. We're Having Fun Pod.
Yeah, because we've never gotten anything wrong before this.
We hold ourselves in high esteem.
Oh boy.
Pants around the ankles. We are proud.
Oh man. So yeah.
All right. Well, so we watched the next episode of What If?
Yeah, we did.
Which was What If Ultron has succeeded?
Yep. Okay, so I guess I was wrong about it.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh yeah. Let's talk about this.
Okay, well, I was not expecting them to finally try to pull them all together, which technically they haven't really yet, because they haven't. They have slightly, because they did bring in Doctor Strange.
Dr. Sad Strange.
Yes. But that's the only one so far. But I can see that they're going to be trying to do them all together.
Doctor Strange.
Stop
that's what it was.
I was really hoping you'd forget that.
I was like, I know there's something.
I had it in my head and I was like, I'm not going to say it because maybe he's forgotten.
Never forget.
Never. Doctor Strange.
Dr.
Never
Strange.
forget. Yeah, so they are trying to bring them all together. So, and I said I didn't think that they would, because it was taking so long for them to actually get around to it.
It's classic storytelling. You got to set up the characters.
But yeah, at the end of the last one, that's when I guess that was we're gonna start putting everything back together.
Yeah,
in the
here
same
comes
kind of
Ultron.
Yeah.
So he's able to get the vision body he wanted and get into it and use the Mind Stone to pretty much wreck shop and take out Thanos, take all of the
oh my gosh
Infinity Stones.
When Thanos showed up and he just like straight up split him in half.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. Okay.
All right.
What?
I'm surprised. I guess I don't know why Thanos didn't do anything, but, whatever.
Like, he just walks out and it's like, okay, you look interesting. Dead. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then he destroys the world, destroys other worlds in space. And
he's basically like, well, I have brought peace to this whole universe by destroying everything except for myself.
By ruling. Yep.
But not everything, technically, because Natasha and Clint are still there.
Black Widow and Hawkeye are still alive. Which I would imagine, well, I don't know.
It's weird, though, because... And I guess anybody else who was in a plane when...
Yeah, I guess so.
When all the nukes or whatever went off.
If they're flying high enough.
Yeah, are still alive, because he didn't destroy the planet. He didn't, like... The other planets, a lot of them, he just, like, straight up...
just blew him up. Yeah.
It was like he was the Death Star or something.
Yeah.
But I guess not Earth? I don't know.
Yeah, because this was his realm. Like, that's his, I don't know, whatever he wants to call it. His kingdom or something.
I guess.
So,
I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. That's where he's going to rule from, I guess.
Yeah.
Have a base of operations.
So yeah, he's sitting there and he's like, I've brought peace to this universe, whatever. And then the Watcher's standing there going, I'm just gonna watch this, don't mind me. And he's like, I hear someone talking.
Very quiet.
Yeah, maybe he should have been a little quieter, honestly.
Yeah. Watcher's surprisingly dumb.
Because Watcher's like, and blah, 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 blah. I don't know what he was saying, so I'm just blah, blah in here. And Vision's like, I hear something behind me.
Who are you?
Who is this big Elmer Fudd face dude back here?
Yeah, and he sees the Watcher, and he realizes that there's multiverses.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, I see lots of stuff out there. Oh, boy. And
he can conquer.
Yep. So he gets through, and he starts, I guess it's his plan to start destroying everything in the multiverse, basically. It's like, that's a bit much. I mean, I know that people aren't peaceful naturally, I guess, but I mean, do you have to really destroy everything?
Ultron does. Ultron don't care.
All right.
Yeah.
Ultron, the ultimate honey badger.
That's right. But yeah, so Natasha and Clint are looking for Zola. I can't remember. Armin Zola?
Something like
that. I can't
that.
remember his first
name.
Yeah.
They're looking through all of those boxes, and Clint finds he's right next to it, and the Watcher's like, I want to tell him, but I can't tell him. I can't say anything.
I can't interfere. I thought he was going to nudge that box.
Especially when Clint was like, he pulls it out and he's like, it's not anywhere. And he's like, it's in that freaking box right there. We're at it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was great.
But he didn't have to interfere because they did find it, and then Clint ends up sacrificing himself.
Yep. Blew up some Ultrons.
Mm-hmm.
And a twist on the Endgame thing where Scarlet Widow? Black Widow.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson Widow. Sacrificed herself. Now Clint gets to sacrifice him, so they both want to die.
Just both want to die so bad, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they did find Zola's computer program or whatever and downloaded it and put it into one of the Ultron things, but they can't. That machine can't connect to Vision Ultron, the hive mind and everything, because he's wandering around
off in the multiverse.
The multiverse, yeah.
Fighting the Watcher.
Yep.
And I'm glad they showed, the Watcher being formidable, can take on Ultron, because he is a very strong character. He just doesn't do anything.
He has his own, armor suit.
Yeah.
Which was weird.
I don't know.
I was like,
He does. But, yeah. It's something. He looks real weird with that big head.
He looks real weird with that big head, no matter what he's wearing.
what we're talking about.
It's like he's wearing these robes and everything normally, and it's like, yep, big head, weird looking. And then he puts on his little armor thing, and it's like, yep, big head, still weird looking. It's like his head is way too big for his body.
It is.
But I mean, that's ridiculous. How he was made.
I guess. We don't know. All those Watchers look the same. It's weird. They all look like that. But yeah, so we'll see. He ends up barely escaping Ultron and with Doctor Strange in his little gym cocoon.
Yeah, and he's like, I need your help.
Yep.
I don't want to say it, but I do need your help.
I gotta interfere.
Yep.
So, yeah. So I guess Ultron went to go see Thor, as we see at the end of the thing. Maybe he was gonna go destroy that world.
Probably.
Party Thor.
Poor Party Thor, he's going down.
Yeah, all that trouble to impress his mom was for nothing.
Yeah, and I mean, even like Captain Marvel, if she shows up, she already fought him in this episode, so it's like, and she didn't really help.
Her. Yeah, nobody could stand up to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see how anybody's going to be able to take him down, honestly.
Yeah,
there's got to be something.
I mean, the computer program is probably the best.
I guess.
Thing. Yeah. In the comic stage of Ultron, spoilers if you want to read it.
I don't.
Not you.
Yeah.
The listener.
Well, I don't, so.
What happens is they have to go back in time and kill Hank Pym before he makes Ultron. But then they go back in time to stop them from killing Hank Pym to start. It was complicated. Anyway.
Anything with time travel is complicated. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Wolverine kills Hank Pym, then goes back and stops himself from killing Hank Pym. Anyway. Yeah, so we'll see what happens in this one. There's another episode. Are they going to unite everybody in the multiverses? Probably.
Probably.
Was what I'm saying coming true? Probably.
Shut up.
Was I right the whole time? Yes. Probably. I mean, you're on a real wrong streak here. Puppies.
And this will be the last episode because we're breaking up right now.
We're not going to make it through that list after all. That's, that happens. All right. So.
I hope you can get your apartment back in Arizona because I need you to move.
You can't be in the
I need you to be out of the state right now.
I need a little space. Well, I'm going to trudge on, and I'm going to talk about the movie we watched this week was Hocus Pocus, which I've only ever seen, like, bits and pieces of it, like, as a child, like, flipping through Disney or something. I would see parts of it. But this is one that you really like. This is, like, a fave.
I have seen this way too many times.
Oh, yes, you have.
As he figured it out a few minutes into it when I was like saying the lines along with the characters. So yeah, I've seen this a lot. Yeah. I don't know if it's an every year kind of thing, but it's a pretty much every year kind of thing.
I don't know if it's every year, but it is every year.
I mean, there are probably some years that I have skipped it, but
those were the bad years.
But I have seen it very many times.
Yeah.
many times.
And, honestly, it was a fun movie. It was good.
I mean, it's not the best movie that is around. It doesn't have the best Rotten Tomatoes score, that's for sure. And it didn't do that well, I don't think, at the box office when it first came out. But it has become kind of like a fan favorite, like a cult following kind of thing since then. Drag queens love it.
Oh, yeah? I could see that.
Because they get to dress as the Sanderson sisters and sing I Put a Spell on You. And it's great.
That does make sense.
Yeah. But, I've liked it since the first time I saw it. Because I am almost positive I saw this in the movie theater when it came out.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Nice.
And, I mean, considering that I was 10 years old at the time, yeah, I liked this movie.
I could definitely see it, like, as a kid, it'd be a good one. Mm-hmm. Especially around that time. Because I watched a lot of, like, those Disney movies, and not a lot of them are good, but I still have, like, a connection to them.
Yeah, you have nostalgic feelings for them and everything. It's kind of like with Space Jam, when we watched Space Jam. Yeah. Where it's like, it's not the best movie. Yeah. But you watch it and you go, oh, I remember watching this when I was a kid, and it was so fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Except this is better than Space Jam, I'm sorry.
I don't know about that.
It's better.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really into basketball. So.
Yeah. I'm not really into
witches,
I guess. Well, the first thing I'm really not into is Bette Midler. I don't like Bette Midler. Like, I mean, I say that, like, I don't know. I really don't know much about her as a person, but like any movies I've seen with her and stuff, I have not liked. Like Drowning Mona, I saw that and I wanted to die. It was terrible.
I can't think of any movies that she's in that I really like other than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I never really followed much of her music.
Yeah.
Besides that one song.
I mean, Beaches is fine, but I like the soundtrack more than I like the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the movie's sad, and I'm like, I don't have time for this. So I'm not that into Bette Midler either, but like I said, I like this.
It's probably like the main reason I really haven't given this a chance in the past, because I'm like, I don't I don't want to. But it does have Sarah Jessica Parker.
It does.
And normally, not a Sarah Jessica Parker fan.
Me either. This is the only thing I like her in.
But she was a smoke show in this movie.
Yep.
Because
I'm like, girl.
I hardly believed it was her. Like, she looks real different. I don't know what it is. The makeup.
It was something to do with the makeup, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So it worked.
Yeah.
I should have watched this as a kid.
Yeah. Plus, I like Kathy Najimy.
Yeah, she's cool too. I like her.
So you have to have your crazy witch, your hot witch, and your funny witch.
Yeah, the dumb witch.
The dumb funny witch. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and really, not liking Bette Midler, she was actually pretty good in this. Like, I didn't hate her.
Yeah.
So, big ups to her. Hated her teeth.
Oh, yeah. Those teeth are bad.
They were, yeah.
I don't know how they did that. It was just like...
Yeah, real buck
teeth. Yeah.
Yeah. It was so much so like, it just, I don't know. It was too much. I didn't like looking at it.
I don't like looking at you.
Could you not be
Could you just, put a bag over your head or something?
Yeah, why are you mad? So, yeah, they are 3 witches. And they're stealing children in the Old West. It's not the right time.
It begins in 1693 in
when
Salem.
Ocean sailed the Columbus 3. That's not right.
1693 in Salem, Massachusetts.
Uh-huh.
That's where the Sanderson sisters live.
Yeah.
In their little village of Salem. Salem Village is what it's called. Yep. And, they start stealing children because they're trying to use the children to make themselves younger.
Right.
They have some
so
little...
they can live forever.
Yeah, so they have some little potion that they brew, and if they feed it to a kid, they can basically breathe in their...
They can huff
soul
their
essence.
Huff their essence.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And it makes them
real
younger,
awkward.
and it kills the kid.
Yeah.
So, they're trying to steal children.
Yeah. And you're like, it's a Disney movie. They won't actually kill a kid.
Oh, no, they do.
They
do.
Immediately.
At first, right off the bat, they just kill Emily Binks.
Yeah, she dead.
But, go ahead.
It's kind of on that brother. Because he didn't just run in there and start wrecking shop. He's like, I want to look in the window first. I want to go. No, they just drug your daughter, your sister in there. And then, what are you doing? Get in there. Stop those witches.
Yeah, he could have done a little more.
Yeah. He was much braver as a cat.
True. So, that is Thackeray Binks.
Mm-hmm.
And he wakes up and realizes that Emily is not in the bed next to him.
It was Thackeray?
Thackeray.
Oh,
yes.
I thought it was Zachary.
No, it is Thackeray.
Okay.
Thackeray Binks. It's not that the little girl who says... It's not the little girl who plays Emily has a lisp. His name's actually Thackeray.
Okay.
It's kind of like William Makepeace Thackeray. But that's his last name. But this is the first name. Billy's later. But, so Thackeray Binks, he realizes his sister's not there. He, runs off. He sees that the witches, there's smoke coming from their chimney or whatever. He's like, I gotta go see if the witches have captured my sister.
Well, she sees the Sarah leading
Emily through the woods or whatever. he really drops the ball.
He does. He like climbs up on a water wheel and goes up. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Like, just go inside and be like, hey, that's my sister. Get your nasty witch mitts off of her.
Just grab something, start swinging. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
But when he does finally say, hey, it's like, his sister's already dead.
Yeah,
it's
she's dead.
It's like, good job. Good job.
Way to go, bud.
Yeah. And they use force lightning on him.
Yeah. Bette Midler is a Palpatine, as we find out, apparently. What was that about? It wasn't even like a spell. She could just shoot lightning.
Yeah.
A lot of just random powers happened.
So the witches' names are Winifred, which is Bette Midler's character. Sarah, which is Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yep, and Mary, which is Kathy Najimy.
Okay.
So those are the three sisters. Anyway, so Winifred can apparently shoot lightning from her fingers.
So weird.
And they decide that they're going to do a spell on Thackeray.
Yeah.
And they give him immortality and turn him into a cat.
Yeah, so he has to live with the guilt of being an idiot.
Of letting his sister die.
Yeah.
Because
he did.
He did.
Like, you could have stopped us.
Like, you could have done a little something more.
Yeah.
Because even, like, later, skipping way ahead, Max at least tries.
Yeah, he goes right in there and is like, hey, stop.
He's like,
let's quit it.
Hey, let go of my sister. It's like, starts going after him with a bat and all that kind of stuff. It's like,
exactly.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah.
Thackeray does nothing. It's
Thackeray is dumb.
Sir. But I will say that I had a crush on Thackeray Binks.
Wow. As the cat? You love the cat version?
I liked the boy version. I also liked the cat version because I was a weird 10-year-old.
That's fair. I understand that.
So, sorry. Anyway, so, which you don't realize that he's a talking cat until later.
Yeah.
But just as, if he didn't talk, then I wouldn't. It'd just be like, oh, that's a cute cat. But because he talks, that got...
That works for you.
That works for me, apparently. Talking cat, yes, please.
Really, ideal mate. I love, like, petting cats. If only they would talk to me. And we could have a real in-depth relationship.
But we'll go into that a little bit later, because
I don't know that we need to go into that further.
Okay, the thing is, I like the voice. I liked his voice.
Yeah? His very consistent accent?
Shut up. So I thought he was cute as a boy, but then I liked his voice as a cat.
Okay.
And what's funny is the guy who did the voice, Jason Marsden.
Oh, yeah?
Was also the voice of... He's done the voice of, like, several characters.
Yeah.
He's also the voice of Max Goof in a Goofy movie.
Oh, yeah.
Did I have a crush on Max Goof? Maybe. Did I wish I was Roxanne? Yeah.
I thought I had a confusing childhood.
And this goes, like, apparently I just really like this guy's voice, because it goes all the way to, like, now. Because he did a voice, a couple of voices in Skyrim.
Okay.
And one of them is a character you can marry. And... Technically, another character is also one you could marry. Have I married both of those characters?
Yes.
Yes. So,
do you like Red Dead Redemption because his name is James Marsden?
No, his name is Jason Marsden. And
yeah, I know, but that...
Not even the same.
Maybe it's like his brother. It just reminds you of John.
Marston?
Yeah, it's not close.
Even the same last name.
It's close.
Oh, man. But, yeah, anyway. He was also in, like, live action stuff, because he was in, like, Step by Step.
Ooh, baby. Who was he in Step by Step?
I don't know. He was, like, somebody's friend.
Oh.
And I think he was, like, one of DJ's boyfriends in Full House at one point.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
I don't know. But I just liked his voice, so I had a crush on Binks.
I have a crush on every boy.
Basically, yes. That was me when I was little. Anyway, so let's get away from that.
Let's move to the next thing.
Well, he grabs the cauldron.
Yeah, like the burning cauldron.
He would have burned himself.
Yeah, he should have. He was a dumb kid.
He was not the smartest.
Not.
I'm going to say it's because it was 1693 and people were just dumber then, but I don't think that's the case. I think he was just dumb.
Yeah, I think they would have known about hot cauldrons, not touching them.
Yeah.
That cauldron gets tipped a lot.
Yeah, it does.
In this movie.
And nobody burns themselves. So anyway, the witches, the villagers show up. They capture the witches, and they're like, "What? There are no children here. Don't look over here in this corner where this child is dead." So they catch the witches. They hang them, and before they hang them, the book, because of course the book is like sentient, and the book opens up, and Winifred is able to read a spell that will bring them back later.
Yeah.
So they will be able to come back at some point.
By the way, I recognize Jason Marsden. I remember him now.
Okay.
So, yeah. I had to... I know things.
Yay! We know things.
Yeah. So, and then they just get hung.
Yep. They die.
Yeah.
And the villagers are like, well, or the Binkses are like, well, my daughter's dead. Son's missing. I don't know. Yeah. And the cat is just like walking around. He's like, get off my feet, you dumb cat. It's like, that's your son. You just kicked your son.
How could you? Don't you recognize your own son? Why didn't he say anything? He's a talking cat.
Maybe he doesn't learn to talk until later. Or maybe he can't talk to his own family. Maybe that was part of the... I don't
know that I heard that.
The thing.
I don't know.
Maybe it was an unspoken part of the spell.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, why? Surely they would put something there so that he wouldn't be able to talk to him. Because then he could be like, hey, I'm your son. And they'd be like...
I mean, they're not going to be able to, like, make him not a cat. Probably.
So maybe it was like if the people during that time heard him, they would only hear meowing. So he's like, hey, I'm your son. I'm Thackeray Binks. And they'd just hear meow, 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 meow.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't write this, okay?
Well, okay. I guess.
Take it up with the writers who I don't know of this movie.
Yeah, nobody does. So then we skip forward in time.
300 years.
300 years in the future.
Yeah.
To the future of 1993.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in a classroom. That lady's teaching pretty much exactly what happened.
Yeah, because it's Halloween and
it is.
It's Salem, so she's like, okay, I'm going to tell the story of the Sanderson sisters.
Very proud of their history.
And apparently that's what they talk about in every class, too, because Danny later is like, yeah, my teacher was talking about it in class today. It's like, that's just, for Halloween, that's just their, on the syllabus. It's
they have to.
It's like October 30th, we're talking about algebraic equations, but on October 31st, Sanderson sisters all day.
Yeah, basically. And this has the trope that a lot of Disney movies at the time use of California boy moving to a small townish other side, wearing tie-dye, being a surfer dude, and doing some kind of extreme sporting activity at some point in the movie where he like biked around a graveyard.
Yeah, being all tubular.
Yeah, he was very tubular.
As they are. So yeah, this is Max Dennison.
Yes.
Did I have a crush on Max Dennison?
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Really though, him?
Yeah.
He reminds me of like Jamie Kennedy.
He does look a little bit like Jamie Kennedy now that I think about it. But this was before I knew who Jamie Kennedy was. So
yeah.
10-year-old me was really into Max Dennison and was like, Allison, what is wrong with you? He's perfect.
I mean, she was all in pretty much from the beginning. She just gave that phone number back because he's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stalks her on his bike.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's real cocky. He's like, here's my number. Give me a call sometime.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing me up in class and making everybody applaud that you know about witches.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Not really accurate how classes work.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever received applause in my class.
Yeah, because he's like, everybody knows that Halloween was created by candy companies, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, Well, actually, it comes from All Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Allison. You're so smart.
Show that California boy. So
and he's
weird.
like, you totally embarrassed me in class today, but here's my number.
You earned it. Yeah.
Because you're like really pretty and I like your yabos. Anyway.
Yeah, real weird.
So, yeah, she gives the number back to him. And he's like, yeah, she's giving me she's giving me her number. And he opens it and it's like, that's the number that he gave to her.
That's my number.
Oh, no, that's my number. So he goes and bikes off through the graveyard where he runs into Jay and Ernie. No, you're not supposed to call me Ernie. It's Ice.
Ice. Has it shaved into the back of his head.
What an idiot.
I really miss those days. People shaving stuff into their heads. I mean, it still happens somewhat, but yeah.
So, yeah, they're two bullies.
Yeah.
They start calling him Hollywood because he's from LA.
Yeah. Really, really, really cutting stuff.
And they steal his shoes.
Take his shoes. Yeah. Should have biked off.
Yeah, he had a bike. He had a way to get away.
Yeah.
Just, like, push him into, like, the gravestones.
Yeah.
Sure, you might have, like, killed one of them because they might have, like, fallen onto a gravestone and hit their head, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And then bike out of there. Nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, it's true. Besides the ghosts.
Exactly.
Yeah. But no, he got him stolen and he biked home.
Yeah. So he goes home. He's like, I hate it here. And he runs upstairs to his room. And he starts making out with his pillow on the bed, going, oh, Allison.
Who does that?
I don't know.
Did I do that as a kid? No. And would I have expected myself to? Yeah. But I didn't. Because it's pretty
weird.
extreme.
Yeah, but what's even weirder is Danny, his 8-year-old sister, jumps out of the closet and then jumps on the bed and is like, kiss me, I'm Allison. And it's like, no, let's
weird.
not do that.
let's not be an up movie. It's very strange.
This is not Game of Thrones. We don't kiss our sisters here. Yeah.
Yes. But, he plays the drums and she's like, you're taking me trick-or-treating, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm not. And she's like, Mom!
So he takes a trick-or-treating.
Yeah. She's dressed as a witch because, of course, she's all in on the Sanderson sisters already.
Yeah.
And he's just dressed in a jacket.
Rap singer.
He's in a jacket with a baseball cap and they're like, what are you? I'm a rap singer.
Yeah.
And his dad's like, shouldn't you have your
hat turned to the side? Oh boy. I mean, at that time, it's pretty, that I could see that being a parent thing to say.
Yeah.
So, to be fair.
Yeah. Anyway, so they go trick-or-treating.
Yeah, they do. And it's pretty successful.
I mean, is it?
They get quite a bit of candy.
They do get quite a bit of candy, but then the bullies show up.
Yeah.
And Danny, of course, is like, well, my big brother's here, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, Danny.
And it's like, Danny, shut up. Just shut your stupid little mouth. And then they're like, oh, it's Hollywood. Because, of course, it's the same bullies from earlier. And, of course, they make fun of him again. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what are you supposed to be dressed as? And I can't remember what they say, but she goes, for your information, he's a little leaguer. And it's like, shut up, Danny. God.
Where did she get that from?
I don't know. It's like, did you not hear him say he's a rap singer?
Yeah.
Neither one of them would have been bad, though.
Yeah. And just because he's wearing a baseball hat, I guess. But nothing else.
I don't know.
Look like a little leaguer. And why would you not say baseball player?
Right.
That's weird.
But also, why would she even say he's dressed as anything? Because he's not dressed as anything. I'm sorry. He's not. Yeah, this is just a normal not costume, but a normal outfit. Yeah. But whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so he's like, I just want to get out of here. Just take my sister's stuff. I don't care. So,
no, he gave her his stuff.
Oh, his stuff.
Yeah. So that she could keep her stuff.
Yeah, so she did still have hers because later she swings around and her candy falls out everywhere. And I was like, you're losing your candy.
You're the worst.
Come on. Yeah, so she's upset. She runs off and she lays down on a pumpkin. And he's like, I'm sorry, Danny. And she's like, I don't care. I can't remember what they talk about.
Yeah, me neither.
Anyway, he apologizes and they make up and everything.
Mm-hmm. Then they head
and
over.
then they realize they're in front of this big house, and they're like, "Wow, this house is so cool." And I'm like, "Is it?"
Very boring.
It's
house.
it's
big.
It's
but
big.
It sucks.
But there are like no decorations really.
Yeah, it's a big rectangle.
Yeah, so they go in there and they just like go inside. Maybe there was a sign or something that said go inside. Yeah, because inside there is like a big thing of like a big.
There were like cookies and stuff on the little table next to it. I could see maybe they thought.
Yeah, and also there was a like in the middle of the like entryway. There's a big cauldron basically full of candy.
Yeah.
So anyway, while they're like, "Wow, we hit the jackpot," and then he looks up and there's Allison coming down the stairs because this is her house.
Yeah, and all around them are adults in eyes wide shut masks and weird time. What is this? Period garb or whatever.
Yeah, they're dressed like the 1700s.
It's creepy. Like they're all wearing masks.
Or 1600s or something.
Yeah.
And they're wearing like powdered wigs and everything.
Yeah, they're gonna either murder somebody or those kids need to get out of there real quick because it's gonna get dirty. So I did not enjoy this party.
It's basically just supposed to be a boring adult party.
I don't know. I'm boring for kids.
Boring for me too, probably.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be a big fan of it either. But yeah, I mean, the people there, something weird's happening. They're like, this is a cult or something.
I don't think that's what
There's a lot of adults in this town.
There are a lot of
there are a lot of
kids in that town too.
It's true. That's a big adult party. Mm-hmm. And then there's another one happening at wherever that was.
At like the town hall or something.
Yeah.
And that's where Max and Danny's parents are.
Yeah.
But anyway, Allison comes down and she's like, "Hey, do you want some cider?" And they're like, one of them says yeah, and the other says no, because of course it's Max that says yeah. Max? Yeah, that's his name. I forgot for a second. Because I'm like, Max Goof?
Basically.
Yeah, but different voice. Because that's later. So, yeah, Max is like, yes, because I want to like spend as much time as I can with you, Allison.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's of course when Danny mentions her yabos.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you call him, Max?
He loves your yabos.
He loves your yabos. And Max is just like, shut up, Danny.
She was surprisingly cool with it.
And she's like, oh, you do?
All right.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
I like a guy who likes my yabos. So, anyway, they start talking about the witches, because I think Allison says something about, hey, I like your costume. And she's like, yeah, I'm supposed to be a Sanderson witch. We learned about Sanderson witches. And she's like, I'm an expert on it because I'm Allison and my mother used to work at the museum. And, but the museum is closed.
Yeah.
And they're like, Max is like, well, we should sneak in.
Yeah, let's go.
And she's like, okay, let me just change my costume. So she walks upstairs and Danny's like, what are you doing? I don't want to go. I don't want to do this. And he's like,
too bad.
Yeah, he's like, please do this for me. I want to spend time with Allison. And she's like, all right, fine. Next year, you're trick-or-treating with me. I'm going as Wendy and you're going as Peter Pan with tights.
Yeah.
And he's like, fine. And I'm like, where is this movie? Because I want to see
him in some tights.
I want to see Max Dennison dressed as Peter Pan.
I need Jamie Kennedy getting some tights.
Oh, jeez. What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
Anyway, so they go. To the Sanderson house and they sneak in. And because of course, what's Halloween without a little breaking and entering?
That's right.
And there's a black cat that is staring into
Snooping
the windows.
around. Still won't go in and defend the home. Just sneaks around.
He's like, I'm just going to walk around and look in the windows.
Yep.
That's what I do. I'm Thackeray Binks. So he's just sneaking around. Yeah. And they turn on the lights and they're looking around. They're like, here's the book. Here's all this stuff.
I like that when the museum closed, they were just like, let's just leave it.
Leave everything.
I don't care. Yeah, who cares?
I don't know.
Even the stuff that might be like dangerous.
Yeah.
Just leave it here. It'll be fine.
So they're like, and this is the black flame candle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's rumored that if, oh God, there were like so many stipulations. If it's a full moon on a Halloween and a virgin lights the black flame candle, then the witches will come back.
Yeah.
And guess what? It happens to be a full moon on Halloween. And Max is a virgin and he lights the freaking candle. And they make so many virgin jokes in this. And I'm like, you gotta stop.
I feel like this movie, because I remember back growing up, virgin jokes were like big around like the people I knew.
Understand why?
I don't know either, but I blame this movie now. Like,
yeah.
I feel like this started it. I can't remember anything else that would have really done this at that time.
Yeah.
Any other movies? So I feel like that became a thing at that time.
Probably.
So,
but it's like it's not. He's like 16. It's not that.
I know, right?
Big of a deal.
Like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's weird. I don't want to think about him having sex.
No.
We don't have to be reminded about the virgin thing over and over again.
And over and over again. It's like every
weird.
time they're like, "Oh, a virgin lit the candle." It's like, okay, I had to wait 300 years for a virgin to light the candle. It's like you're gonna end the movie on that line, a line about the virgin. Okay, it's like it's not that big of a deal if a teenager in high school is still a virgin.
I guess we were coming out of the 80s at that time where all those teen movies were about having sex, basically.
I guess so.
And yeah, that was like a huge thing in the 80s. And then we're coming out of the 90s and, you know, hanging on to that.
Yeah.
It was weird. I'm kind of glad that died out. That's so weird.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's real annoying. But the witches come back.
They're back. Mm-hmm.
They walk in and they're like, "Oh, it's good to be home."
Yeah. Everyone hides really well in the house.
One of them hides behind the door. One of them hides beside the door.
Yeah.
She's not even hiding. She's just standing there beside the door. And then one of them hides like beside a table.
Yeah.
Where you can easily see him, but whatever.
Yeah. Behind like a candle.
Yeah. And then they're like, Mary starts sniffing around. She's like, "I smell children."
Yeah, that's like her superpower is that she can smell children.
That's her thing. She can smell children.
Yeah.
So, of course, they find Danny. She pops up and she's like, "Hello, sisters."
Mm-hmm.
Hi, sisters. She turned to James Charles suddenly.
Yeah, I liked her. I liked her acting there. I thought she did a good job. I thought that was funny.
She was real
pretty
cute.
Silly. Yeah.
So yeah, she's laughing along with them and everything, and she's like, "I brought you back."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
she did not. And they're like, "Oh wow, cool, thanks. We're gonna suck your life out, but we've got to figure out how to do that.
Gotta remember how to make that potion.
Let's make that potion." And she gets her book, and the book is still there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think which
is the Necronomicon, by the way. They won't say it.
It does not look like it.
Does it not?
Find a picture of the Necronomicon and tell me that looks like it.
I will.
Okay. Do it.
I'll do it then.
Just because it looks like it's made out of human skin, that's the only thing.
Okay. All right. I'm going Evil Dead version.
That does not look the same.
I mean, his eye moved over. It's still skin, wrinkly skin.
The other one does not have a mouth.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have a mouth, but it's the same.
It is not the same.
It's the same situation.
It is not the same.
It's an alive book.
That one doesn't even have eyeballs.
Well, because it got taken over for this other guy in Hocus Pocus.
No.
It's borrowed by his brother.
It doesn't have a clasp. It doesn't have stuff on the spine. It doesn't have stuff on the side.
Okay.
It is a completely different book.
Okay.
Don't even, bro.
Okay, fine. This version here that I have a picture of is the Necronomicon. The one in Hocus Pocus is his brother, Necronomicon.
Okay, I'll be okay with that. It's not the same book.
I agree to your terms.
I will let you have this one.
This one costs $184, by the way, to just get this little thing. Anyway.
You know what? I have a cousin who made her own...
Out of human skin?
No, her own Hocus Pocus one.
Oh.
Not out of human skin. At least I hope. I'm kind of concerned about my cousin now.
Is there an eye in there? Oh boy. I should probably get out of the state.
So that's when Max pops up and he's like, "Hey, get away from my sister."
Yeah, immediately. Yeah. Take notes,
immediately, cat. Exactly. And I forget what all happens.
I don't know.
But at some point, Allison grabs the book, and she and Danny get out. Max lights the lighter that he has and turns on the sprinklers and is like, "It's the black rain of death," or whatever.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, we're melting kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, he calls it like the ring of fire or ring of burning or something like that. But it's water.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, it's like the black fire, rain of fire or something like that. Or rain of death, or I can't remember exactly.
Burning
what
inferno.
Something.
I don't even think it said it right. I don't know.
I don't know. Weird. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know all the lines, okay? I just know most of the lines.
Wow. Someone just got exposed. What a poser.
Shut up.
Hocus poser.
That's terrible. I hate that. So they get away, and the witches realize it's just water.
Yeah.
We're stupid.
Took them way too long.
Yeah, it did. And as they're about to leave, that's when cat version of Binks shows up and is like, starts talking.
Yeah.
And that's when you groaned. And I said, okay, so I normally hate movies where they make the animals talk. Uh-huh. This is the only exception.
Yeah, because you were in love with them.
Because I was in love with that cat.
Which CGI cat do you think was better? This one or Cats?
Excuse me? How is that even a question? How is that even a question? Yeah. Obviously Cats. No, no, Cats is the worst. Oh my god, don't even. No, I love Binks cat. Binks the cat. And
I mean, it really wasn't that bad.
It's not that bad.
It wasn't good.
And like I said, they have not progressed CGI of animals talking past 1993.
That's pretty true. That is weird.
Because I mean, you could put Binks the cat into a movie today, and you would not know that it was from 1993. I stand by that.
So is that when they run off into the graveyard?
That is when they run off into the graveyard.
Yeah. And he's like, we can't sully a graveyard, even though he rode a bike through a graveyard 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Sacred Grail.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So they get in there. The witches show up, and they're like flying over the graveyard or whatever. They can't like land in the graveyard because it is sacred ground, and they'll die or whatever.
I have no idea. Maybe they'll just bounce off like a pinball machine or something.
That explains something later.
Okay.
That explains something later. Oh my god. I've never caught this. Do you know how many times?
That makes sense now. Okay, yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Oh my god, you had so many questions at the end.
It was insane.
And that explained one of them, at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so they can't step on sacred ground.
Right. But they can revive the dead.
Yes. So Billy Butcherson was Winifred's lover, I guess. And then he cheated on her with Sarah because, I mean, why wouldn't you? Sarah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly. So cheats on her with Sarah, and so she gets pissed off at him and basically buries him alive and
sews his mouth
shut with a dull needle so that he can't tell her secrets or whatever.
Yeah.
So she raises him from the dead. So now we have a zombie along with the witches.
Yeah. And the acting by the kids when that ground was shaking raised those kids. Just
chef's kiss.
Avant-garde stuff.
Also, when he pops up and they look at him, they all look at each other and they're like, ah! Great, wonderful, love it.
Just the best.
Yeah. Did I have a crush on Billy?
No, you didn't. Krista, you know this affects my self-esteem that you find all these weird people attractive and that you are dating me. I don't know what your standards are.
Crying.
I can't believe this is shocking. I am less shocked by the cat revelation than this.
I'm hurting. I've laughed too much. Oh. But yes, I did have a crush on Billy Butcherson.
Billy is a very attractive zombie. I don't know. Yeah.
Played by Doug Jones. Do you know who that is?
No.
He played like Abe Sapien in like the Hellboy stuff. He's in a lot of monster movies.
Okay.
He was in like Pan's Labyrinth, the guy with the eyes in his hands.
Yeah.
He's been in several different things, but apparently it is his...
Did you find the monster in Pan's Labyrinth?
No, that was disgusting. No, I did not. No, Billy Butcherson is different.
Abe Sapien, yeah. Okay, let's move. I can't deal with this.
It is his dream, you'll like this, to play a dad in a Hallmark movie.
Oh, let's get that going.
Yeah, he needs to.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Would be good. Yeah, so he chases them. They escape into what are those called?
Into a crypt.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I guess.
They're like spans through the whole graveyard, I guess. Kind of
It's like a crypt that connects to the sewer system.
Yeah.
Because they end up coming up out of a sewer grate or manhole thing.
Cover.
And as they're about to get out, Binks jumps out first and gets run over by a bus.
Yes. And they're like, no, Binks.
Yeah. And then he comes back to life. It's fine. He like reinflates himself.
And he's like, I hate when that happens. Dude, you've been alive for 300 years as a cat.
Buses have not been around that long either.
Yes. From the first cars, you should have been like figuring this stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to think this cat's stupid, and I think this kid is dumb.
We already established that.
Yes. He didn't run in to save his sister. He keeps getting hit by cars. He dies a lot. Doesn't he die like 3 times in this movie? Just twice? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
and the last time is he actually
for
dies.
realsies.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Thank God they killed that cat. How dare you? Yeah, so he gets flattened. He comes back, and they're like, oh, okay, that's right. You can't die. Cool.
Yeah, it like inflates. It was pretty creepy. Like, if I saw this as a little kid, that would have freaked me out.
Yeah, I can see that. But they get run over by the bus that the witches are on. Because since they can't get into the graveyard, they decide that they're going to go try to find some children. So they get on the bus. And the bus driver is a real creepo.
Yeah, he is.
And at one point, they're like, we're looking for, we desire children, is what they say.
Oh,
we desire children. He's like, well, I mean, it might take a few tries, but it's like, no.
There's a lot of adult humor in this.
You need to stop that.
Weird. Yeah.
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 So
there's talk about ODing on candy. Like, what are we talking about?
So they're on the bus trying to find children.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, the other, the kids are, they find a police officer.
Uh-huh.
And report basically that they broke into the Sanderson house and the Sanderson sisters are back. Mm-hmm. And all the cop cares about is that Max is a virgin.
Yeah. Gotta keep that going. Yeah.
Oh my God. And so they're like, he's like, get out of here, kids. Don't worry the cops about this or whatever. And you find out he's not even a cop.
Yeah.
He's just dressed as one for Halloween.
Yeah, he's at the bar.
Which seems like a felony to me.
Yeah, because he is...
he is impersonating
He went all out. He's got
officer.
The police motorcycle. He's got all the badges and stuff. Yeah, it seems he could get arrested.
I hope he does.
I hope so, too.
So they run off. They go to try to find their parents, I guess.
Yeah. And did we say they have the Necronomicon right now?
Oh, they have it basically for the rest, or for most of the movie.
Yeah, they stole it.
That's why the witches are after them.
Yeah, because they need that to do the spell.
Yes, they need the book so that they can find the stuff for the potion, because they can't remember the potion ingredients.
It's been a while.
I'm getting confused about where we are in all of this.
Well, the bus then drops the witches off at the neighborhood.
Yes, and there are children trick-or-treating, and they're confused because what are these things? These hobgoblins.
Dressed in their teapots.
They smell like children, but they don't look like children.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a Mrs. Potts costume.
Yeah, it surprised me. There was a Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, there was.
It was interesting.
There's a little angel that comes up and is like, bless you.
Which freaks them out. That was good.
But then they hear somebody behind them, and it's Gary Marshall.
Yes.
Dressed as the devil. And they're like, Master!
And he invites them in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's real weird. And we meet his wife, Penny Marshall. Yeah. Another weird part of the movie where it's like, what is with the brother-sister stuff? Come on.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that they say something about her being Medusa. But I didn't hear it this time because we were probably talking about something else.
Probably. I was freaking out.
Because she's got, like, the curlers in her hair.
Oh, okay.
And so they're like, it's Medusa.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're, like, chilling out there. He's handing them out some Clark bars.
Yeah, they're dancing.
And, yeah, Sarah wants to dance with her master. Yeah. She's like, Master, dance with me. So they start dancing. Penny Marshall comes back downstairs and sees that they're dancing. She's like, no.
Get out.
Get out of my house. Mm-hmm. Take your Clark bars, tart face, and get out of my house. So she kicks him out.
Sicks the dog on him.
Yeah, sicks the dog. The dog's name is Ralph. It's very cute. It's dressed as like a demon or something.
Yeah,
it's
got little wings.
Red wings. And it barks and gets him out of the house. And they run off. And
while they've been in there, some kids stole their brooms.
Yes. And as the kids were walking off with the brooms, you could hear like the flying noises.
They just flew away.
These children are just flying around, and no one questions it.
We don't see them for the rest of the movie.
No, we don't.
They might have just flown out into space. We don't know.
It's weird.
They don't know how to use them.
So anyway, the kids go to the party where their parents are. They're looking for their parents so they can tell them what's going on. Meanwhile, they're still being pursued by Billy Butcherson and the witches, who all show up at the party.
Yeah.
The dad is dressed as Dadcula, Dad of Dracula.
Yeah.
He's wearing his pajamas and a cloak over it.
Yeah.
With vampire teeth.
Even for me, it was a stretch.
Yeah, it was. But their mom is dressed as Madonna.
Just straight up Madonna.
Yeah.
Cone boobs. Yeah. Like you do.
Looking real cute, though.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah, sure.
The witches arrive. Max gets up on stage and is like, I lit the candle and the witches are back. Blah, blah,
I'm a virgin.
I'm totally a virgin, y'all. So the Sanderson sisters are like, yes, we're back. Yeah. You know, and everybody thinks it's part of the show.
Right.
So they get up there. They start singing, I Put a Spell on You.
Yeah, which they know.
Well, they know... Part of it, she's like making up lyrics.
Even though they know the tune.
Yeah.
And can make up lyrics to the tune very easily.
Don't question it, Mark.
I will question all of it.
So they get up there, they start singing. I'm like doing the dancing along with them. And Mark's just like shaking his head because he hates everything. So they do their little song and dance number, and then they put a spell on all of the parents there that they're going to dance till they die. Mm-hmm. And so they're stuck dancing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the kids get away, so I guess that's good.
Yeah, none of the spells ever worked on the kids.
No.
What was that about?
I don't know.
They weren't, like, summoned at the end? They didn't have to dance?
I don't know.
Why is that?
I guess it was only for adults or something.
Yeah, but like the one at the end.
But the one at the end, it makes no sense.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. They get away. And where do they go?
They realize that they can probably burn them.
Oh,
and kill them. So they lure them to the school. Although it doesn't really tell how they lure them, but Mary can smell like children. She's like, it's a prison for children. Yeah. So they go inside.
I guess he did also get on the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
He was loudspeaking.
Yeah. So they go inside the school and they lure them into the
guess they have it was like the art.
Yeah, it was the art department. It was where they
doing sculptures.
Where they do like clay. I can't think of what you call it when you
pottery.
No, that's not what I was trying to think of. But pottery, yes, when you do pottery and you bake it, but it's not called baking, I don't think.
You fire it.
I guess so, yeah. So
it is.
Okay, thank you. So
a big kiln. They have a big kiln there.
That's what I was trying to think of as a kiln. Yeah. That was the word I was trying to think of.
Fire it in the kiln.
Yes. So they get them into that room. Mm-hmm. They lure them in there with a French lesson, basically.
Yeah, something like that on a boombox.
So it's like we're learning how to say where's the biblioteca?
Yeah.
Or bibliothèque. Where's the library and everything? And so they get them in there, they fire it up, and they think that they've killed the witches. So they run off, and they're all excited, they're all happy, and they're like, Binks, you can be our cat. And he's like, okay, sounds good to me.
I don't understand this burning thing. They go up into the air as green smoke out of the chimney, which I guess there's a chimney in the school for this. And then, I guess we'll continue, and then I still don't know how this works. Yeah,
it doesn't really explain it. It doesn't explain a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I guess I should be used to this.
I mean, considering that it doesn't... that I've seen this so many times, and I just now figured out that one thing that we'll talk about later.
Did it turn them to ashes and they went up into the thing, the smoke? Like, how bad did it burn their bodies?
I don't know.
And then if they come back later.
They come back.
Like, the smoke goes back down the chimney, and then they're coming out of the kiln. Which I just don't... Why did they... Did they have to come back to their bodies? Could they have just reformed up there in the air? I don't know. I'm confused and afraid.
I don't know. But the children are excited because they think that they've destroyed the witches. They won. So they go back home, and they're like, okay, Binks, you're our cat now. We're just going to chill here. Danny's going to go to sleep. The kids are like, the other kids, Max and Allison, are...
curled up.
Just being all... They're being all flirty and stuff.
Yeah. It was at this point where I took the note of, this is a very long night.
Yeah, it's a very long night.
They've done a lot of stuff tonight. That, but she says it's like 5 a.m.
When they wake up later. Yeah.
Right.
So by that point, when because they fall asleep, by the point they wake up at 5 a.m, the witches have reformed somehow. And gone out, and all of the children are basically back home at this point, except for the bullies. Yeah. Freaking Jay and Ice are out there, and Ice is like, I don't feel good, my stomach hurts. And Jay's like, it's because you've been eating so much candy, you doof. Yeah. So, so the witches see them, and the bullies call him ugly. Why is it all the ugly women who are still out or something like that? And so they're like, oh, okay, we're taking you home with us, and we're going to put you in cages. So that's what they do.
They do.
They still don't have the book,
we'll never find them in time.
Yeah. So
luckily, the kids are dumb.
they still don't have the book, so they're trying to remember the recipe for the potion that they're trying to make.
Right.
And of course, they can't remember Dead Man's Toes, even though Sarah is back there going, Dead Man's Toes! Dead Man's Toes! It's like, okay, it's obviously Dead Man's Toes. But... she's like, chuns? I don't... It's like, what are chuns even? Come on. Stop making up words. Yeah. So she's like, we'll never do it in time. I'm going to give up. And she's like, take me to the window. And she walks over to the window, and she like screams for her book. And every single time that I write the word book, if I accidentally put one too many O's in my head, I'm like, book.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, it's not good. But anyway, so she yells for her book. The book does not come. But Allison, being the idiot that she is, because all the kids are idiots, she's like, I'm just going to look in this book. And it opens it up, and of course, it like sends out this beacon to let them know where the book is. In their faces. Exactly. So...
But she does learn a very important fact that if you make a circle of salt around you, witches can't get to you.
That's true. She does realize that. And when she gets back, she goes downstairs and gets salt, and where they both do. And when they come back upstairs, the witches are there. They have captured Danny. Yep. They have captured the book. And they have also captured Binks and put him in a little sack. And they fly off. They fly away. Toward their house.
Because they can't get to the older kids because Allison so wisely just starts lassoing salt around her head.
Yeah,
Making a circle, I guess.
So they fly away with Danny, and that's who they're going to use with the potion. And now they have the book, so they can make the potion, and Sarah starts singing to the children to lure them toward the the cottage. And so all the children start walking down the street holding candles. And I'm like, where are they getting these candles?
Some carrying their blankets.
Yeah.
It's a weird situation.
It's very strange. So they start mixing the potion. They get it ready. Max and Allison show up in the car, and the car is facing toward the cottage. Max runs inside because he's not going to let him try to kill his sister because he's so much better than Binks.
Does stuff.
He's like, I've got to rescue my sister. So he just runs in. He's like, how dare you? They're trying to feed Danny the potion, but she's closed her mouth and is not opening it for anything.
I can't believe she foiled her plans by closing her mouth.
Oh my God. So Max starts trying to rescue Danny.
Yeah.
He pours the potion out. He dumps over the cauldron again.
Doesn't get burnt.
And then he's like, I know something you don't. Daylight savings time. And Allison turns on the headlights, which they have put some kind of red paper in front of or whatever to make it look like sunrise.
Which is that's... They're not going by a clock.
No.
They just know the sun's going to come up.
They're going actually by the candle.
Yeah.
The black flame candle. Because they're like, the black flame candle is almost out.
Yeah. So
it's still going, though.
Doesn't affect anything.
No. Anyway, so they think that it's the sunrise. And so they think that they're melting or about to turn into dust or whatever. And so he manages to get them away. And of course, the bullies are like, help us, let us down. And he's like, no, I'm taking my shoes back.
Get my shoes.
Runs out. And Danny's like, but I want to see them turn to dust. And Allison's like, get in the car. Get in the car. And she's like, oh, it's not actually sunrise. Let's go. So they head out. They're being followed. They get to the cemetery again.
They just pass through all the kids, too, walking. Which is a dumb move because even without them, they can just use it on those kids that are coming, live forever, and come right back after them.
Yeah, they could.
I hate them.
They could do that. Because Mary even points out, I think they both, Mary and Sarah both even pointed out, because Sarah's like, we have two children right here, because the two in the cages.
Use them.
And then Mary's like, and here come more children. And they're children just coming at them all over the place. It's dozens and dozens of children.
Yeah.
And Winifred's like, no, it has to be that child. Why?
I don't know. She's not smart either.
It's revenge now. She just needs to get her revenge.
Yeah.
So,
and luckily
that's why you don't go for revenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Play it smart.
Exactly. So
then there's a little bit of that potion left that they're able to put in a little flask.
There's enough for one child.
Yeah.
It's use it on a different child, but no, she doesn't want to. So it's dumb. So they go after the kids again. Kids get to the cemetery. Billy Butcherson is there again.
Yep.
And he takes Max's knife and cuts open his mouth.
So hot.
Tell you what.
When he cut his ties.
Oh my God. So then he just starts like calling her all these names.
Yeah.
He's like, go to hell. And she's like, I've been there. I thought it was lovely. So yeah, they show up. They all go to Billy's grave. And they put Danny into it, sprinkle salt all the way around it. So she should be safe in there.
Yeah.
Should be safe in there. She should be safe in there as long as she stays
stupid enough to get out of the grave.
So one of the witches knocks Billy's head off. He goes after it and he can't find it. So what happens? Danny gets out of the grave.
Yeah. Well, you do crazy things for hot guys, you know?
Danny gets it. I don't know why you don't get it. So she goes and helps him. And of course, she gets captured by Winifred.
Yeah.
And she brings her way up high, I guess. And that's the only explanation I can think of for why Max is an idiot.
Yeah.
So it takes her up really high and tries to get Danny to drink, and Danny won't drink. And Binks the cat jumps onto the branch of a tree and jumps up and knocks the potion down and gets thrown into a gravestone. And so he's just like, poor Binks.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot.
He's in a real bad spot. So, but when he knocks the potion down, Max grabs it. Mm-hmm. And this is where you think Max is just going to pour out that potion.
Yeah.
But when he's like, if you pour that potion out, I'll drop your sister, or I'll kill your sister, or whatever. It's like, okay, well, I guess I can't pour out the potion.
Should be fine.
So he's like, well, I'll drink it myself.
Yeah.
So he decides he's going to sacrifice himself for his sister.
Yeah, but I mean, sacrificing himself means that they'll live longer and can just kill her.
And can just kill her.
Anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you're delaying her death. Cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But he's also delaying everything they're doing, which gives the sun time to rise.
Right.
So she brings Danny down, takes Max instead, and start trying to suck his essence.
Yeah.
And sucking his soul out or whatever. Mm-hmm. And
I guess the sun
starts coming up.
Yeah. The other witches are like
happens.
up there in the sky.
Yeah, they're flying around. One of them on a mop, the other on a vacuum cleaner, because we didn't even go over that
brooms. Part.
Yeah. Because, their brooms were stolen, so they had to make do with whatever they could find. Mm-hmm. Then he's like, Max is struggling to get away, and finally he falls, I guess, and she falls too off of her broom. Because they both end up on the ground.
Yeah, that sounds right.
They both end up on the ground. So she goes over to him, picks him up, and she's still sucking his soul out. And then she realizes that she's starting to turn to stone, which makes so much sense now that we talk about it.
What? Because the sun was also coming up right at the same time.
Yeah.
So it looks like the sun has turned her into stone.
Yes.
And then the other ones are exploding. But
yes.
We're like, why? What? Why?
Yeah, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's because she was on sacred ground. Yes. So she turns into a statue. And then the sun completely comes up. The sisters, they explode into dust. And then the statue explodes into dust. Yeah. So that's what the sun does.
Yeah, I'm glad we figured that out.
I'm glad too.
Because that was the weirdest part of the movie. They really could have probably put some space in between that. But
they could have explained it a little better. But I mean, honestly, maybe other people got it and we're just dumb.
Well, I don't know. Like, just give a line when they're trying to get into the graveyard, like, sisters, don't touch the ground or you'll turn to stone or something, Yeah. And like, give us something. Don't just like turn someone into stone out of nowhere.
And then not explain it.
And then blow them up.
Exactly. So, so they're dead. They're all dead. And then, Billy goes back into his grave. Yeah. And he's like,
apparently he's going to just sleep.
I'm going to bed. See you guys later, I guess.
I don't know how that works.
Anyway, so Billy's back in his grave, and they're looking for Binks. They find him. He's dead.
He dead.
At one point, you can hear him go, and that's like the last you hear of Binks. So I guess that was his dying wheeze.
Yeah.
Binks the cat dies, and he can't come back because the witches are gone. So their spell is broken.
Yeah.
And so that's the last of Binks the cat. But then,
good news.
You see, and he actually dies on Emily's grave, basically, his sister. So then you see the ghost of Thackeray Binks, and I was like, boy, I'm glad to see you again, Thackeray Binks.
And at this point in the movie, he's not even trying to do the accent anymore.
No, the accent's pretty much gone.
It's gone.
He's like, well, I've been around these 1993 people long enough that I guess I've picked up their speech patterns.
Yeah.
But then he has it back again later.
Yeah.
When he's talking to Emily. Because I guess he's like, well, okay.
It's like when you go back to your old hometown.
Yeah, there you go.
Start talking like that.
You start talking real Southern.
Yeah.
When you didn't before. Anyway, he tells Danny, he's like, thank you for saving me, blah, blah, blah. And then here comes Emily, and she's like, Thackeray Binks!
Oh, God, I hated this for her.
And what took thee so long? As they're walking out of the cemetery, the two ghosts. And he's like, I had to wait 300 years for a virgin to light a candle. And I'm like, you had to throw it in there one last time.
Just the worst.
And then it ends with they're like all happy, and the three kids are just all happy.
Yeah.
In the cemetery. And that's it. And then, of course, you see the parents leaving the party because that spell is broken, so they get to go home now.
Like, this crazy party.
It's like, wow, we thought California was crazy. They really do it up here in Salem. And then you see the bullies who are still stuck in the cottage, and I guess they're just gonna die there.
Oh yeah, they're dead.
So because that museum's closed.
Yeah.
Unless Max goes, we should probably go back and rescue those guys.
Nah.
He's like, they were bullies, so they deserve to die.
I've already killed the night. Might as well continue.
Oh, jeez.
And then the Necronomicon's eye opens up. So part 2 is
coming next
possibly
year.
happening, yes.
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see if it comes through. But
I don't want them to have another Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, it's really not necessary.
It is not necessary. You ended the story. The witches are dead. They're not coming back. So how are you going to bring them back?
I don't know. But we'll see.
Because if you bring them back, does that mean that Binks is going to have to come back in cat form and he's not going to be off into heaven with his sister or whatever?
Well, you're getting real excited, fanning yourself.
I am not. But if they have Jason Marsden coming back, I mean,
oh my gosh,
yeah,
so we'll see.
It's crazy,
and we'll probably cover that in a podcast.
I don't want them to do it though, because I really don't want to watch it.
Yeah,
because I feel like it's gonna just ruin this one for me.
Maybe it'll be great. We'll see.
I mean, it was almost ruined just watching it with you and having you like sigh at everything. And
I'm sorry. Honestly, though, it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
I actually, if you wanted to watch it every year, I'd watch it with you.
Okay. I mean, it's fun. It's it's only
silly.
like an hour and a half.
For a Disney movie, it's really good. Like
for a Disney live action movie.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
because usually the animated
movies
are pretty good.
And I'm talking about I know this one was in theaters, but I still think of it more as like a Disney Channel movie kind of deal.
Yeah, it is very DCOM kind of thing. And what's funny is the guy who directed it, Kenny Ortega, is the same guy who directed like the High School Musical movies.
And this is better than High School Musical movies. So,
Not according to some people, I'm sure, but those people are wrong.
Yeah, they are. And we'll fight them.
So, that was it. That was Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of Hocus Pocus.
I wasn't upset that we watched it.
Good.
And I had a good time.
Good.
So, now, we mentioned it while we were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
We tracked down kind of what's happening.
I was going to say, our snack today.
Uh-huh.
'Tis the chocolate-covered finger of a man named Clark. But it's actually not, because we couldn't find actual Clark bars.
Yeah. Clark bars are in a weird spot right now.
Yeah, because they
may still be being produced.
They were discontinued in 2018, and then somebody bought the factory or whatever and started doing them again, but it's only available. They were only available in 2020. I know they were available in Pittsburgh, and that's the only place you could get them, which is strange.
It is.
And then something happened during the process of the new Clark bars that left a bunch of extra bits of the inside of it. Which is what we have.
Oh.
That's why they made...
I did not know that.
Yeah, so they made, Clark cups.
So we're eating Clark bar garbage?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't that make you want it for sure now? So, yeah, these are Clark cups. They're peanut butter cups with Clark Crunch. So.
Yeah. And, that's pretty ambitious, going after the peanut butter cup.
Yeah, we had
when there's Reese's.
We had Reese's peanut butter cups last night, so this is not.
So this is
going to be
pretty. A tough battle for them.
So yeah,
I've never had a Clark bar.
I don't think I've ever had a Clark bar, but supposedly they're very similar to Butterfingers.
Oh, okay.
So this may be kind of like a Butterfinger cup.
Okay,
but I'm not sure.
I've had Butterfinger cups. Wasn't impressed.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Probably won't be impressed with this either, but we're going to try it anyway. So yes, we're going to have Clark cups today.
All
so
right.
I'm going to go ahead and open it. And
yes.
We only have one package, so each package has 2 cups. So we each get a cup.
We weren't optimistic about loving it.
No, we were not. Especially when we had to get this at Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
Because it was the only place that we could find anything Clark related.
Right.
And and as we were checking out, the guy was like, we have Reese's Cups 4 for $1. And we're like,
yes.
Fine. You sold us.
And before we got to this, we passed giant Kit Kats and giant
God.
Reese's Cups.
Yeah.
And we're like, sorry, we have to go with the Clark bar.
Yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and open it.
Okay. They look like if you melted Reese's Cups and then reformed them, it's kind of what they look like. They're very wrinkly. They're very Necronomicon.
Yeah, they look like wrinkled skin.
They're made out of chocolate
This is
skin.
great. Oh, wait, what is this?
Oh, is there a prize?
What? Save points for a t-shirt.
Oh.
Additional prizes and terms are at boyercandies.com. So if you want some stuff, we now have 30 Mallow Cup play money points.
Oh, same people that make Mallow Cup?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, interesting.
They also make Zagnuts, I think. So,
oh, yeah.
because we talked about that. Because they did have Zagnuts, and I'm like, you have Zagnuts? You don't have Clark bars? Are you kidding me? Nobody knows about Zagnuts unless you watch Beetlejuice. Which, if we ever watch Beetlejuice, we might have to have Zagnuts.
Oh, I don't know what Zagnuts really are.
It's basically a Clark bar with no chocolate.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, all right. The crunchy bits are a surprise.
So you know, excuse me, there's a lot of chocolate. So you know how they have Reese's Cups now with Reese's Pieces in them?
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that just because it has that crunch.
Yeah.
I kind of like this better than those, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of enjoying this.
It's not that bad.
It is pretty good. I'm very surprised. We should have got 2. I do like that it has, more chocolate. It's definitely more chocolate ratio than a Reese's Cup. Mm-hmm. I'm impressed. I'm surprised, and I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's a bit like Hocus Pocus. I was worried going into it, but I'm pleasantly surprised.
There you go.
Yeah, and I have questions about what's in it, but
it is not like Hocus Pocus for me.
Yeah,
because I knew going in that I was going to like Hocus Pocus because I've seen it several times.
Yep.
This was just a mystery. But I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Nice. What would you rate it?
I think I'm going to give it a 6. I mean, it's not my favorite thing. I would eat it again.
Yeah.
It's not like a all the time kind of thing. So yeah, slightly better than average.
I think I'd go up to a 7.
Okay.
I think I'd have it again. If I saw one, I'd be like, I might get it.
I mean, if I see it and then there's like a Reese's Cup next to it, and I have to choose one.
It would depend on what mood I was in. If I was in more of a peanut buttery mood, I'd go with Reese's. If I was more of a chocolate feeling, I might go Clark.
If you wanted a bit of a crunch and like a crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery. Oh no, that's not the same. But I mean,
Yeah.
It is very similar to the crispy bits are very similar to a Butterfinger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not bad. I like it.
Didn't know I wanted. But there you go. All right. Okay, Clark Bar. I see you.
I see you.
It's like we're going to Pittsburgh.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I like that on the bag. It says "Born in the Berg." It's like, okay.
I would like to see what an actual Clark Bar is like.
Yeah. So
and see how that translates.
Yeah, I would also. It's a good thing that you gave your information to that guy that works at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, he told me that he had a customer that was looking for something, and he found it right after they left. And I was like, "Don't worry, I'm going to provide you all of my information before we leave, so you can contact me." He did not seem excited about that prospect.
Oh man. I know that they brought back, like I said, the Clark Bar in Pittsburgh, and they were planning on having it go elsewhere. Mm-hmm. But also that was Valentine's Day of 2020.
Oh yeah.
Before the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
So that may have put a little hitch in their step or something. I don't know.
And I was telling you, I think I saw Clark Bars at that candy store back in Phoenix. So, I don't know.
Yeah, so it may be in some places and just hasn't gone everywhere yet.
Yeah. I wonder if the Birmingham one.
I don't know. So maybe eventually we'll get to try an actual Clark bar.
Maybe. One day.
Actual chocolate-covered finger of a man named Clark. I just thought that was funny.
It is. Go send your letters to the Clark Bar Company. Get them spread out more, and then get that guy into a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, get Doug Jones into a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, we got 2 things we need y'all to do. That's your homework for this week. So, but yeah, that's the end of our first spooky episode.
Yeah,
it was pretty haunting.
Sure.
I learned some very disturbing facts. Chilled me to my core.
Hey, you can't choose who you love, okay?
That's true. It's true.
You're going to find out that I get crushes on a lot of interesting characters.
I mean, that makes sense. You're continuing the trend.
Yeah.
So, go let us know. Have you seen Clark bars out in the wild?
Yeah.
Did you grow up with Hocus Pocus? We want to know all this stuff. So, let us know on Twitter at Having Funcast and at Facebook, Having Fun Pod.
And you can email us at havingfunpod@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we have an Instagram, which we still haven't done anything with.
Still out there.
Because we're the worst.
We're just going to put, the Instagram is just going to be pictures of people we had crushes on as children. I will put up Lioness from the Dumbo Circus.
Okay. Obviously, we both got a thing for cats going
Something
on here.
about cats. I don't know what's up with that.
And yet, Cats the Musical.
Yeah, no one's attracted to those cats. Or that movie.
No. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, maybe Surrey and McKellen. Yeah, I can see that one.
Fair enough.
But
yeah, go out, have fun, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye. Now, tart face, take your Clark bars and get out of my house.